2 apartments. Same city, same neighborhood, similar rent. The first belongs to someone earning $95,000 a year. Walk inside. A 75-inch television. A leather sectional that cost $4,000. A kitchen full of appliances still in their boxes. Closets overflowing with clothes, many still tagged. A spare bedroom converted to storage for things untouched in years. This person checks their bank account with a knot in their stomach. 2 missed paychecks from crisis. The second apartment belongs to someone earning $52,000 a year. Walk inside. Notice space. A modest couch. A reasonably sized television. A kitchen with exactly the tools that get used. The spare bedroom is actually a bedroom. This person checks their bank account with calm confidence. 18 months of expenses saved. Investing 20% of every paycheck. Earning almost half as much, 10 times the financial security. This is not a story about income. It is a story about what happens when you understand the hidden relationship between stuff and money. Everything you own costs money twice. The first cost is obvious. It is the price on the receipt. The second cost is what most people never calculate. Storage, maintenance, mental energy, opportunity cost. The treadmill in your spare room. 20 square feet of floor space. $30 to $50 per square foot annually in most cities. $600 to $1,000 a year to store equipment you probably use as a clothes rack. The $30,000 boat in your driveway. Annual maintenance, approximately 10% of value. $3,000 a year, even if you never take it on the water. The $15,000 home gym setup. That same money invested for 15 years at 7%, $41,000. You didn't just buy a home gym. You bought it instead of future financial freedom. The purchase price is just the entry fee. The ongoing costs continue for as long as you own the item. Rule 1. Before any purchase, calculate the cost per use. Divide the total cost by how many times you will realistically use it. A $200 jacket worn twice, $100 per use. A $400 jacket worn 200 times, $2 per use. The expensive jacket is actually cheaper in any meaningful sense. That $300 kitchen gadget you'll use twice a year, $150 per use. A $30 tool used weekly, less than 60 cents per use. The math cuts through marketing instantly. A $2,000 mattress used every night for 10 years, 55 cents per use. Extraordinary value. The math reveals what actually makes financial sense versus what just feels appealing. Rule 2. Walk through your home. Look at each item. Ask, if this disappeared today, would I spend money to replace it? Would you replace the fondue set? The bread maker collecting dust? The clothes you haven't worn in 18 months? Be honest. For most items, the honest answer is no. They exist through inertia, not intention. Impulse purchases. Gifts you felt obligated to keep. Remnants of past phases. These items have negative value. They cost space, mental energy, and maintenance, without providing corresponding benefit. The protagonist spent a Saturday doing the replacement test. Filled 3 bags for donation, 2 boxes for resale, 1 trash bag. The apartment felt larger. Cleaning took half the time. He knew where everything was because everything remaining had a purpose. Rule 3. Never upgrade out of boredom. Replace something only when it genuinely fails to serve its purpose. Character A replaced his phone every 2 years while his previous phone worked perfectly. Over 30 years, $30,000 to $50,000 in unnecessary purchases. Applied across all categories: phone, car, furniture, appliances. The lifetime waste from boredom upgrades easily exceeds $200,000. Boredom is not failure. Desire for novelty is not failure. Actual breakdown is failure. Everything else is marketing solving problems you don't have. Rule 4. Create friction for spending and ease for saving. Human behavior follows the path of least resistance. Spending friction. Remove stored credit card numbers from online retailers. Require a 24-hour wait before any non-essential purchase. Delete shopping apps. Saving ease. Automatic transfers on payday. Investment contributions happen before you see the money. Savings treated as a fixed expense, not an afterthought. Willpower depletes throughout the day. Environment is constant. Don't trust yourself to make good decisions consistently. Design systems that make good decisions automatic. The 24-hour waiting rule alone eliminates roughly 70% of impulse purchases. Most desires for objects fade within a day if not acted on immediately. Rule 5. Count your possessions regularly. Counting forces awareness. Awareness prevents accumulation. How many shirts do you own? Most people guess low and discover 3 or 4 times what they estimated. The same is true for kitchen gadgets, shoes, books. Once you know you own 47 shirts, buying another feels different. You are not adding a shirt. You are bringing your collection to 48. The absurdity becomes visible. Set maximum thresholds. 30 items of clothing total. 15 books at any given time. 1 in, 1 out. Any new purchase requires removing something existing. Rule 6. Rent or borrow before you buy. Test whether the enthusiasm is genuine or temporary before committing to ownership. Character A bought full ski equipment in November. By February, he had skied once. The equipment lived in his spare bedroom for 6 years before he sold it at a loss. The protagonist rented camping gear 3 times before buying. Discovered he preferred ultralight equipment. Bought exactly what he needed. Used it consistently. Rule 7. Understand the lifestyle multiplier. Every major possession connects to other possessions. The true cost is never just the item itself. A pool requires chemicals, cleaning equipment, covers, furniture, maintenance tools, landscaping. A $30,000 pool installation becomes a $45,000 ecosystem. The multiplier works in reverse too. Selling the boat eliminates storage fees, insurance, registration, maintenance, and towing costs. Savings extend far beyond the item's value. Rule 8. Define enough before you start earning. Without a definition, income increases and lifestyle expands to match. You never arrive at satisfaction. People earning $300,000 feel just as financially stressed as people earning $80,000 because their expectations expanded alongside their income. The protagonist defined enough at age 24. A $300,000 home. A $28,000 car. A wardrobe that cost $2,000 total. Written down. Revisited annually. His income grew to $82,000. He still lived within his $52,000 enough. The $30,000 difference went entirely to investments every year. $30,000 a year invested for 20 years at 7%. $1,310,000. Built from the gap between his income and a finish line he drew at 24. Rule 9. Measure wealth by optionality, not accumulation. Not by what you have, by what you can choose. Can you leave a job destroying your mental health? Can you take 6 months off for a family emergency? Can you start a business without guaranteed income? The person earning $200,000 but spending $195,000 has almost no optionality, chained to their income requirement. The person earning $80,000 but spending $45,000 has extraordinary optionality, can absorb disruptions, take risks, make choices based on preference, not necessity. Each purchase is not just exchanging money for an object. It is trading optionality for possession. Is this item worth reducing your ability to make free choices about your life? Rule 10. Practice cyclical decluttering, not annual purging. Small regular reviews prevent the slow reaccumulation that defeats every massive purge. Weekly glances at incoming items. Monthly evaluation of one category. Quarterly assessment of overall trends. Removing 3 items per week is sustainable. Removing 300 once a year gets postponed indefinitely. The cyclical approach also reveals patterns. Which categories tend to grow? Which emotional states trigger acquisition? Which marketing tactics work on you specifically? Here is what nobody tells you about minimalism and money. The relationship is bidirectional. Owning less creates more money. Having more money makes owning less feel natural. When your savings account is robust and your investments are growing, the urge to accumulate diminishes. Security gets satisfied by financial strength, not physical possessions. People trapped in consumption cycles often can't explain why they buy so much. The truth, spending temporarily fills an emotional void that financial insecurity creates. The destructive cycle. Spending everything creates insecurity. Insecurity drives more spending as emotional relief. More spending deepens insecurity. The cycle continues. The choice between these two cycles determines financial trajectory more than income ever could. High earners trapped in the destructive cycle build nothing. Modest earners in the virtuous cycle build everything. These rules are not about suffering or deprivation. Research consistently shows that beyond a baseline of comfort, additional purchases contribute minimally to well-being. Most people spend as if happiness scales linearly with spending. Minimalists align their behavior with what the research actually shows. They spend enough to be comfortable, then redirect the excess toward freedom, not accumulation. They end up with less stuff and more life. That apartment from the beginning, the one belonging to someone earning $52,000 with 18 months of savings, belongs to someone applying these rules consistently. They didn't get there through exceptional income. They got there through exceptional clarity about what actually matters. The other apartment, someone earning $95,000, 2 paychecks from crisis, belongs to someone who never questioned whether more stuff equals a better life. Both lifestyles are available to you regardless of what you currently earn. The choice is whether you want to own your possessions or whether your possessions own you.